Tila naisahan ni BP Sara ang mga tao na kumukontra sa kanyang pondo para sa DepEd at para sa mga proyekto na kanyang gagamitin. Isa na nga rito ang representative na si Franz Castro na kumukwestiyon sa pera na nagagamit ni BP Sara. Ayon kasi sa balita, the OVP spent the whole 125 million confidential fund given to the office in a span of just 19 days from December 13 to December 31, 2022. 6,578,947 pesos at 37 centavos or almost 7 million ang nagagamit dito bawat araw, ayon nga kay Castro sa kanyang statement. Kaya sa kanyang sobrang galit ay ito ang kanyang nasabi para kay BP Sara. Pakinggan natin ang kanyang hinanain dito.
Yung ginawa sa Committee on Appropriation, yung pagbubusal sa Makabayan Block, kaugnay doon sa pagtatanong natin sana, interpellation sana natin, doon sa confidential fund na hindi naman confidential fund dito sa Office of the Vice President. Maraming dapat ipaliwanag sa taong bayan.
Kaya ayon sa kanya na kailangan talaga magpapaliwanag dito ang Vice Presidente kung bakit ang laki-laki nito, at sa kanyang galit ito pa ang kanyang nasabi.
Ang Office of the Vice President, in fact, sa kanyang statement, magpapaliwanag siya during the budget hearing at nandito siya. So nagtataka kami at bakit naging ganito yung naging desisyon.
Pero doon sa unang hearing ay hindi nagsasalita ang Vice Presidente at pawang ang kanyang mga sekretary lamang ang tanging sumasagot sa mga katanungan sa mga miyembro ng Makabayan Block, at dito siya ay nagsasalita na.
Madam Chair, there is a purpose and a need for confidential funds in the Department of Education because basic education is intertwined with national security. But of course, as we always say, we leave it to the discretion of the members of the House of Representatives and the Senate, the wisdom of granting confidential funds to the Department of Education.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. I am done.
Dito pa lang ay kitang-kita na at alam naman natin na marami talaga ang papabor sa mga pinagsasalita ng Vice Presidente dahil alam nila kung saan talaga mapupunta ang pera at alam din nila na makikita ito ng taong bayan at kanila itong magagamit sa tamang pamamaraan. Ipagpatuloy natin ang video at pakinggan natin ang usapan.
Thank you very much, Representative Lagman. Next to ask question is Deputy Majority Leader Marlene Primicias Agabas. Representative Jaime Persnedi. Representative Salvador Pleito, please. Representative Drixie May Cardena. Yes, you're recognized.
Kung kailangan ng intelligence or confidential funds para ma-identify ng DepEd kung sino itong mga anay sa hanay ng mga guro na dinadala sa ibang landas ang ating mga mag-aaral, ibigay sana natin sa DepEd lahat ng budget na ito. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you for the manifestation, Representative Cardena. Next, ask question from the minority, Representative Raul Manuel.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, dahil ito ay continuing session ng Committee on Appropriations, I just want to put on the record that as a youth representative, I am in a position to question tradition that no longer works and serves as barrier to healthy discussion about allocation and use of public funds. Our tradition of extending parliamentary courtesy stops us in the legislative branch to do our job for which you are paid by the Filipino people. dapat po may checks and balances tayo. I do not want Congress to be complicit to illegal fund use by agencies in the executive branch. So allow me to put on record also my point of order sa proceedings kanina. Hindi po binila ang boto ng mga nasa dissenting opinion, hindi pinag-explain ng objection. This isn't democracy at work. I condemn the proceedings you had earlier. Traditions that no longer work should be stopped. Now, let me proceed to my questions, Madam Chair. Inamin po ng DepEd led by the Vice President na may item dapat sa General Appropriations Act bago magkaroon ng confidential funds. Illegal po kung wala. Now, on the DepEd confidential funds na nasa General Appropriations Act, nabanggit po last year, I can recall, nagagamitin din daw yung confidential funds to stop child grooming, abuse on our learners. May I ask po yung data ng DepEd sa paggamit ng confidential funds para masugpo yung ganito. Tapos data din po sa actual cases ng child grooming and other measures para masabi po natin na naging sulit yung confidential funds on this matter.
Madam Chair, Yusek Poa will answer the question.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As to the accomplishments of the Department of Education in the use or with the use of the confidential funds, nagsusumite po tayo ayon sa joint circular sa 4 na opisina quarterly as mandated by, again, the guidelines. Doon po tayo nagsusumite sa Office of the President, sa Office of the Speaker of the House, sa Office of the Senate President, as well as doon naman po sa ICFAO or Intelligence Confidential Funds Audit Unit ng COA. Now, of course, those activities are still ongoing pa po. But just to give you siguro po broad strokes, no, kung ano yung mga programa kung saan natin ginagamit yung confidential funds. Number one, it really cuts across yung ano po, no, yung basic education. So pagdating po, for example, sa programming ng ating last mile schools, ginagamit po natin yung mga Intel.
Madam Chair, I was asking about yung anti-child grooming and anti-abuse na data ng DepEd. Ilan po ba yung mga naging biktima nito in recent years? Tapos, ilan yung mga cases na handle ng Department of Education?
Opo, ang masabi po natin, of course, as I mentioned, yung detalye po, sinasubmit natin yan, no, sa 4 na opisina. But we found out as to child pornography, no? Meron po tayong yung mga website increased from 23,000 to 81,000 and ang average age ng rescue sa ganyan ay around 11 years old. Tayo po ay nakikipag-ugnayan na rin ngayon sa Council for the Welfare of Children. May mga programa po tayong ilulunsad laban sa child grooming at child pornography po.
Madam Chair, para ma-define po natin yung child grooming, ito yung may mga teachers na kinoconsider po na potential dates yung kanilang mga estudyante. Yun po yung tanong ko, Madam Chair. So, ilan po ba yung ganon itong past year? Ilan yung na-handle ng DepEd?
Sa ngayon po, ang ongoing pa lang po, no, na na-handle natin na child grooming case ay yung nasa Cavite po. Yan po ay ongoing na po yung prosecution, and then meron din po sa Zamboanga. So 2 cases po ang officially na under ng DepEd ngayon.
Madam Chair, to be honest, disappointing po yung sagot kasi sa amin po maraming mga nakakarating na reports kahit sa social media ang dami. So kung may confidential funds po yung DepEd, kung pagbabatayin yung performance regarding this matter na sinight last year, wala pong maipakitang magandang performance yung DepEd. Parang dating po sa akin, Madam Chair, nag-iimbento tayo ng dahilan to justify confidential funds. Kahit nga po yung recruitment into rebel groups, quote-unquote, yung data pa po galing sa AFP. Alam natin, nag-iimbento ng data yung AFP pagdating sa rebels and rebel returnees. Kaya for me, Madam Chair, ang dating talaga, tinuturing na prey yung mga estudyante natin, parang balon ng kriminal yung mga estudyante, tapos yun na-justify yung confidential fund. Now, while we have budget for confidential fund, Madam Chair, tanong ko naman po on our mental health programs. Saan po sa budget ng DepEd yung specific na para sa mental health programs?
Madam Chair, Asek Galvan will answer the question.
Asa Galvan, you're recognized.
Thank you very much for the question. When it comes to the issue on mental health, this has become a top priority of the Department of Education. As such, it is lodged under our learner support programs, and it is considered one of the major thrusts of the department for the foreseeable future.
So saan po? Kasi maraming mga programs naman yung DepEd, special education, madrasa at iba pa. Pero particular for mental health, since this is mandated by the Mental Health Act.
It is currently lodged under the Learner Support Program Fund, and it is actually one of the things that we're very thankful to the Congress for, because last year you were able to accord to us for the first time a special provision fund of 97 million for mental health, which would be benefiting our learners now in this coming school year.
So for this year, magkano yung budget specific for mental health?
Our programs for mental health are intertwined. We have proposed 160 million, particularly for mental health and the improvement of our guidance counseling programs. And this is intertwined with our other programs for substance abuse prevention, adolescent reproductive health, among other youth programs.
Okay, Madam Chair, again, no, I'm alarmed. Mas mataas pa yung budget natin sa confidential funds ng DepEd kaysa sa mental health programs when even DepEd itself has data na almost every day po, trigger warning, may nagpapakamatay ng mga basic education students. Mas mataas pa yung bilang ng mga may suicide ideation o yung mga naiisip na titilin yung sariling buhay dahil sa iba't ibang problema. So, hindi ko magets yung priorities ng DepEd sa ngayon, Madam Chair. Another topic, may data po ba yung DepEd, Madam Chair? Ilan yung estudyante na nasa full face-to-face classes?
Madam Chair, Yusek Escobedo will answer the question.
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair and your honors. Today po, and the entire school year 2023-2024, as much as possible ay full face-to-face po tayo, unless kung merong disasters ay naka-blended learning po tayo.
Madam Chair, wala pong data na nabanggit kasi may schools pa rin na blended yung kanilang pamamaraan. But last year, ang policy ay face-to-face, so I'm confused. Again po, ilan yung nag-full face-to-face ngayon?
Isa rin ito sa nag-usisa at maraming katanungan. Alam naman ng karamihan na kasama din ito sa membro ng Makabayan Black na gustong magtanong kung saan at paano magagamit ang pera na pondo para kay OPP. At ito ang nangyayari. Makabayan Black kinundi na ang anilay pagratsada sa budget ng OVP at pagbusal sa kanila. At aniya pa ni Franz Castro, lubos nilang ipinagtataka ang naging desisyon at pagpabor ng 21 miyembro ng panel sa naturang deliberasyon. Dagdag pa ni Castro, malaking bagay na sana ang naturang 125 milyong halaga na maaaring makapagtayo ng 50 milyon na silid-aralan. Pero ito ang naging reaksyon ng mga Pilipino. Sa puso naming taumbayan, batid namin sa kabutihan mapupunta yung confidential fund na yan without question. Yang budget nyo, Makabayan Black, alam ng taumbayan saan nyo dinadala. Gising na po ang taumbayan na lagi ninyong sinasali sa interview nyo. Wala na pong taumbayan ang naniniwala sa inyo, kaya wag na po ninyong isali yung mga kasamahan na lang po ninyo sa bundok ang naniniwala sa inyo.
Yun, dahil yun ang naka-enroll po ngayon.
How about schools? Ilang schools po yung may full face-to-face class?
All the 47,658 public schools, Madam Chair.
So given that data, Madam Chair, ang dami hindi pa rin pala full face-to-face. Kaya we really should get our priorities straight for DepEd. At kung may wish po ako, Madam Chair, sana wala ng confidential or intelligence funds yung DepEd tsaka OVP. I-realign na po natin yan sa pangangailangan na hindi naman confidential.
Thank you very much,
Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Representative Manuel. Next to ask question is Representative Jaime Fresnelli.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon po, Madam Chair. And good afternoon, Her Excellency Vice President Sara Duterte and the DepEd family. My question is regarding the budget for senior high school voucher. It appears that in 2023, your budget for senior high school voucher program is 39,326,804,000. But unfortunately, for 2004, your proposed budget for this program is 25,311,393,000. May we know, Madam Chair, the reason for the reduced budget allocation for this program?
Madam Chair, Yusek Powa will answer the question.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Tama po, bumaba po yung budget natin. Just to clarify, our budget for 2023 was 39 billion.33, tama? And then pagdating po sa 2024, naging 25 na lang. Actually, bumaba po yung entire budget, hindi lang ng senior high school, pero pati na rin po yung ating ESC, no? Yung para sa grade 7 to 10. Ang rason po nun is not because we reduced. It's because nung 2023, 3 semesters po yung kailangan nating bayaran kasi may utang pa tayo noon na 1 semester. But sa taong ito, so for 2024, nakahabol na po tayo. So 2 semesters po yung babayaran natin. In fact, babayaran na po natin yung mga private schools ng isang bulto for the 2 semesters. Ito pong pasukan. So wala po tayong binawasan, just to clarify. It was just a matter of billing kasi 3 semesters po yung kailangan nating bayaran ng 2023 pero ngayong 2024 for the 2024 budget 2 semesters na lang po.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. May we know the numbers of the beneficiaries of these voucher programs since 2022 up to present? Madam Chair.
Yes, Your Honor. We will submit the total. For 2024, our target is 1,342,420. But if the Chair would permit, we will just submit the total since the program started, Your Honor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. May we know the disbursement rate of this program, Madam Chair?
Yes, Your Honor. We are at 97%, Your Honor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Based on the 2022 budget utilization as per COA audit, it says that you have an unspent funds of 3 billion. It was intended for the procurement of learning tools and equipment. May we know the reason why a big amount of money was not spent for the procurement of this LTE?
Madam Chair, if I may. Yes, Your Honor, we confirm na meron nga po tayong finding sa COA na ganyan. And to be honest, it is a mixture of issues. No? Ang first issue po natin is nagka-problema po tayo sa ating third-party logistics. So hindi po siya na-deliver sa ating mga schools. Dati po kasi, ang ginagawa ng DepEd is hiwalay yung supplier doon sa logistics provider because they felt that that was more efficient at that time. So ang nangyari po noon is yung logistics provider was not able to comply with the conditions of its contract nung pandemya lalo na and was not able to deliver. Another aspect is also meron pong nangyari sa procurement na may mga contracts that were given awards pero hindi po nag-enter into the contract mismo yung DepEd with the winning bidder. So nagkaroon po ng delay na ganyan, meron pong mga proceedings, no, may mga motions for reconsideration filed. Ito po ay lahat inaayos na natin ngayon. Number 1, doon po sa logistics provider, we already partially terminated the contract para po hindi po talaga makapag-comply. And what we are doing now is we are already asking our regions, no, to procure itong mga logistics providers sa kanilang lugar para po ma-deliver agad-agad itong mga na-stock sa warehouses na mga materials. And doon naman po sa issue sa bidding, naayos na po natin yan. We will now enter into a contract with the supplier. So we're hoping po na maayos na po yan. And we already submitted our explanation as well to COA, which was accepted. That's why we were given an unmodified opinion. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We hope na ito pong problema natin sa mga suppliers natin ay for 2024 ay ma-resolve natin at upang yung pong mga kabataan na maasa sa mga learning tools ay talaga pong maibigay sa kanila at maging ma-improve po ang kanilang comprehensive knowledge. Panghuli po ay doon po sa 2024 NEP program proposal ay meron po kayong 5,000 budget para po sa mga teachers na binibigay pantulong doon po sa kanilang cash allowance for teachers to augment the expenses for teaching supplies and materials among others. Ito po ay once a year, 5,000 pesos. Alam po naman natin na pataas ng pataas ang mga bilihin. Baka po pwedeng ma-increase natin itong 5,000 cash allowance nito. Madam Chair, I propose that we increase the budget allocation for support doon po sa teaching allowance po ng mga teachers.
Comment, please.
Yes, Madam Chair, Yusek Mercado will answer the question.
Thank you, Your Honor. Actually, sir, Your Honor, meron pong 17 bills pending ngayon po dito and it's been consolidated. And then there's a counterpart bill in the Senate by Senator Win. Ang proposal po doon is for 2023-2024, 7,500 from 5,000. And then by 2024-2025, magiging 10,000 na po siya. I hope you will support it, sir, kasi we're part of the conversation doon sa mga discussion sa mga hearing po.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and rest assured that this representation will 100% support this increase of teaching allowance para po sa mga teachers. That will be all, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Congressman Fresnedi. Next to ask question is from the minority, Representative Arlene Brosas.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I would like to ask questions about the learning losses dito. Madam Chair, sinabi ng Pangulong Marcos Jr. sa kanyang SONA nitong Hulyo, learning recovery will be at the forefront of our education agenda. Alam din natin na nakakabahala ang learning poverty sa bansa. Batay na rin sa World Bank report na 90% ng mga batang Pilipino ay hindi na rin nakakabasa sa edad na 10. Ngayon, paano po ito tinutugunan ng panukalang 714 billion budget ng DepEd sa susunod na taon? Ano po ang mga components ng program ninyo dito, Madam Chair?
Madam Chair, Yusek Gonong will answer the question.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. The Department of Education is implementing a National Learning Recovery Program. And under the National Learning Recovery Program, we have the National Reading Program, the National Mathematics Program, the National Science and Mathematics Program. We have just launched the National Learning Camp during the end of school year break.
Madam Chair, correct me if I'm wrong, yung National Learning Camp sa pagtatapos ng school year sa ilalim ng NLRP ay voluntary at hindi pinupondohan ng DepEd. Tama ba?
It's Madam Chair, It's voluntary for teachers and for students, Your Honor. But we have funded it. We've given program support funds for schools that implemented the National Learning Camp. We also have provided meals expenses for teachers who volunteered in the program.
Madam Chair, saan po specific kinuha yung pondo para dyan? Kasi magkano ang nakalaan halimbawa sa Early Language Literacy and Numeracy Sub-Program? Or nadagdagan ba ang budget para dito?
Kinuha po namin sa Basic Education Curriculum Funds.
Madam Chair, 81.6 million lang ang pondo para sa Early Language Literacy. Tama po ba? That was last, ano? Hindi po ito nadagdagan. Saan nyo kinuha yung iba pa?
Madam Chair, you said, sorry. Sige. ELLN has a separate line item budget, ma'am, and that is 81 million pesos.
Yes, Madam Chair, yun yung Early Language Literacy and Numeracy. Sinabi nyo kanina, under the National Learning Camp, diba? So, ang pondo ay nanggaling saan particular? Sabi nyo sa DepEd, magkano yun?
It came from BEC, ma'am, Basic Education Curriculum Funds, and GMMS.
Yun. Madam Chair, sa National Literacy Policies and Programs, magkano ang budget dito?